Hello everyone, I'm Lucy. Today, I'll take you on an exciting story, but before we begin, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Let's go! I was at a bustling Thanksgiving festival, waiting for the one who would decide whether I'd won my cousin's bet or not.
Forget your dumb acts. $50 if you get the number of the next guy walking through that door.
Oh, here comes my target. I hurriedly approached him, but stumbled and were kissing. I could feel the taste of grapes on his lips. I immediately pushed him away and stood up.
Phone. Number, please.
The guy looked confused, but still handed me a note. All done. Time to flee the scene. Hi, I'm Agatha, a super introvert who hiccups when nervous. I ran home to see Mom looking all excited.
Oh, my sweet child, you're back already?
It's just not my thing, Mom.
But cooking is. I have some amazing news. The local soccer club is looking for a chef. So I recommended you, and guess what? They said you can start as soon as possible.
Yes, I've dreamt of becoming a chef since I was little, and now that dream will soon come true. Today's the day. I eagerly arrived at the soccer club, but my jaw almost hit the floor when I saw Mateo, my ex. What was he doing here? Flustered, I looked away and saw that guy from the festival. What on earth? My life's officially over. After the introduction, I immediately ran to the pitch for some fresh air, but then a hand patted my shoulder. It's him again.
No calls or texts. You asked for my number. Are you that shy? I'm Killian, by the way.
It was just a joke. Please leave.
I ran straight away without looking back. I better stay 10 miles away from him. Suddenly, I saw Mateo passing by. Has he seen anything? But why bother? As if he cared. He dumped me. Okay, Agatha, you're here to work, so focus. But with these jocks around, it's not that easy. They always jump-scared me when I was doing my job and made fun of me when I got lost in the changing room. And Killian was always there in time to save me.
Everyone stop! Close your eyes!
Then he threw a super stinky, sweaty towel at my face. Ew! Plus, that jerk is the pickiest eater on this planet. He's constantly complaining about my food and demanded I cook him something else.
There you go.
I'm cutting on starch to build muscles.
I'll get rid of the pasta.
Oops, I forgot. I'm lactose intolerant.
Okay, no cheese.
Poor little chicken. I can't eat that.
So, are you allergic to the plate too?
Meanwhile, other team members were way easier, especially Mateo. We used to date, so I knew his taste pretty well.
I gave you some extra pork, your favorite.
I don't like pork. I hate pigs.
Just then, Killian jumped in.
You should focus on me instead. We can discuss my meals privately.
Before I could say anything, he already handed me a note. Me and him alone. That's weird, but learning his eating habit would help my job, right? Nope, big mistake. Killian had an endlessly absurd list of diet restrictions. No more than 2.5 grams of salt a day, mayonnaise on everything, no mushrooms, and spaghetti without tomato sauce. Did he just descend onto Earth? And during the meal, this dude kept smiling and staring at me.
You like me or something?
You have a veggie on your teeth, dude.
Oh gosh! I immediately ran to the restroom. I feel embarrassed. Strangely, over the next few days, Mateo started being nice to me. Too nice.
Your cooking is top-notch, as always. Tomorrow, can you make me those delicious vegetable fritters we used to have together?
He still remembered that? Boy, he made my heart race. I sprinted to the kitchen and put on music to calm down. Soon, I found myself singing and dancing to my jam. How long had he been there? Flustered, I burnt myself. Killian rushed over and held my hand.
You okay? You can't even handle yourself.
Then he insisted on finishing my work and even prepared us a dish. His broad back. Isn't he quite a charmer when he cooks? We talked a lot, and turns out we share a ton of things in common. Beneath his teasing, he's actually gentle, caring, and a good listener. I suddenly realized that I had stopped hiccuping since ages. One afternoon, while giving out water, I saw Killian. Oh wow! It's like the sunshine drew a halo around him in his exquisite face. Wait a minute. Why was I smiling? Suddenly, a fancy-looking girl came over.
Killian, why didn't you reply to my messages? You left me hanging all night. Look, I have dark circles now. That's on you.
I went to leave, but out of nowhere, Mateo pulled me into a corner.
Why were you so close to him? He's only messing with me.
Huh? What do you mean?
He competes with me in everything. I was cold to you to protect you. Now that he knows you're important to me, he'll harm you to hurt me.
I think he's just trying to be nice.
His dad is our club's biggest sponsor. You really think he wants to hang out with people like us? While Sloan, whose family owns the largest hospital in the state, is here?
I don't know what to believe anymore. However, I had to admit they looked like a perfect couple. While holding a coffee tray one time, I clumsily bumped into Sloane.
Are you blind? Why do they let a doofus work here?
Come on, Sloane. You bumped into her.
He sure seemed sweet to me. Maybe Mateo had misunderstood him. Then once I spotted the two of them in a quarrel where Killian even pushed Mateo. I tried to intervene, but they brushed me off. What was going on between them? A few days later, I returned from the grocery store to see the head coach in a fit of rage.
Explain to me how Mateo is hospitalized for eating your food.
What? Why?
Stop it! You're fired!
My head spun in a million circles. I hadn't done anything wrong. I was packing my things when Sloane appeared.
Well, well, well. Looks like Little Miss Muffet met her match. Only need some simple tricks to get rid of you and your phony, needy act. Stop dreaming about Killian. You're not at our level.
Wait, who's with you? But Sloane just smirked and strutted away. That's when the memory of Killian and Mateo fighting struck my mind. So Killian must have conspired with Sloane to harm Mateo and ruin my career in the process. How could he? Still, he had the cheek to text me as if nothing had happened. Dummy! Agatha, you should have listened to Mateo from the start and stayed away from Killian. I visited Mateo in the hospital, but he coldly shooed me away. It was exactly like the day he dumped me. Today is the city's championship final, and to be honest, I didn't really know why I was here. I looked around for Mateo, but couldn't find him. He might still be sick, so we had to skip this match. On the field, Killian seemed distracted and off his game. What's wrong with him today? The lady sitting next to me looked nervous and kept fidgeting. I spoke to her and figured out she was Killian's mom. She told me the shocking news. His little sister was missing. He was blackmailed into making their team lose, or he'd never see his sister again. Killian faced the goal, but he didn't kick. Instead, he passed to another player, who then scored toward the goal. The spectators cheered in triumph, while other players celebrated the goal with Killian. Blood seemed to have drained from his face. As predicted, the threats kept coming. I couldn't just sit and pray, so I asked Killian's mom for more clues. She played me the recording of her daughter. I strained my ears to listen and heard a noise. I know that sound. It's Mateo's parrot.
I know who's behind this. It's Mateo.
What? I can excuse fake food poisoning, but how dare he harm my Killian?
Say it again, Sloane.
He asked me to fake the medical paper, and I figured it would also kick you out, so I agreed.
But what about Killian's sister?
That was nothing to do with me, I swear.
We rushed to Mateo's house. It took him forever to open the door.
Mateo, are you okay? Now, I have thought a lot about us and realized how important you are to me, and I don't want to lose you again. Mateo, could you...
Oh, please, look at yourself. I just dated you for fun. You truly think I like you, and no more pork for me, please.
Do you seriously think I'd want you back after the despicable things you did to me and Killian?
Killian, props to that freak for coming at me for telling the truth. So pathetic of him to go for my leftovers. It's you, dummy.
Then he blurted out how he cooked up this entire scheme to ruin Killian's career out of the jealousy, which was triggered when he visited him in the hospital and told him not to worry about missing the match, as they've had a new strategy to cover his absence, and the team would perform well anyway.
I'm not a pawn that can easily be kicked out. You wish.
You are pathetic.
Right then, Sloane appeared with a little girl.
Let's go. There's no time.
Where are you going, Agatha? Admit it, you're still smitten with me.
Sorry, the old Agatha can't come to the phone right now.
Why?
Oh, 'cause she's dead.
After that, we rushed to the stadium. There, I shouted out Killian's name and raised his sister's hands. Afterwards, he played like a pro and led his team to victory. He was even awarded player of the match.
It's an honor to receive this title, and I want to shout out to someone important. Without her, this wouldn't have happened. Agatha, thank you so much. I know Mateo's a jerk, but I didn't expect him to be that bad. But no worries. Let's see how he likes being permanently banned from the soccer club. Agatha, I want to tell you that I found something just as important as soccer. You.
I opened my locker with zero enthusiasm. That's when I heard the mysterious voice. Yes, again!
Rapper 4.
I calmly opened the closet again.
The principal inspection. Don't fall asleep.
That weird voice kept going, totally unfazed, while the whole routine slam speak, dragged on for a solid minute.
Don't you dare ignore me. The principal's checking classrooms today. No passing out allowed.
Fine, no naps.
I had no idea what kind of spirit was haunting this locker, but whatever it was never wrong. Thanks to it, I'd avoided a bunch of unnecessary trouble. Hey, I'm Arlie's 17. They just transferred here not too long ago. Why? Let's just say school wasn't exactly a blast. Back where I came from, Rumors about my bad reps spread like wildfire, so the second I stepped into Miss Catherine's class, I was the outcast. Everyone avoided me like I had the plague, but honestly, I just wanted to get through high school in peace. Since no one wanted anything to do with me, I got stuck with the rickety old locker, shoved in the farthest creepiest corner of the hallway.
Pick the blue slip.
Who's there?
The voice came from inside my locker. Great, day one, and we're already diving into ghost stories. I carried all my doubts and questions back into the classroom. Everyone was buzzing about the upcoming sports festival. Miss Catherine had set up a lucky draw to pick the team captain, but no one had drawn it yet.
Earlies and Aaron, you two go next.
Aaron was the class sports star. Everyone knew he'd be captain. 2 slips left, blue and red. Wait, hold up. No way I was picking blue if those creepy voices thought this would scare. Nice try.
What did Aaron get? He's team captain, right?
Except from participating.
Then that means the captain is...
Everyone turned and stared. I just stood there, frozen, holding the slip that said team captain.
Congrats. If you need help, I'm here.
Should have just listened to that haunted locker. Training was brutal. My classmates either ignored me or acted like I was some kind of cursed scarecrow.
Ask Aaron to be your coach.
That Walker voice again, and this time, I listened. And yeah, Aaron was actually a great coach. He brought the whole class together.
You need to train too. A team captain can't be lazy or weak.
Yikes. Chill out. All right, I am assigning events. Jess, you're in aerobics. Max, dodgeball.
I went through the whole class, matching everyone to the right event.
You picked everyone's strengths, sharp eye.
Before you finished, I was already stepping in to break up an argument.
If you keep fighting and holding up practice, you'll be disqualified from the festival.
Instant silence.
Not bad, Captain. Not many people can handle these hotheads.
All right, who's feeding you all these good ideas?
Of course, I had my secret weapon. That ghost locker was ridiculously hands-on, always giving me tips, guiding me through everything. Thanks to it, I avoided disaster after disaster. And slowly, people actually started to like me. I got more into training. Team captain, I joined one of the most important events, relay race. I was the anchor, the last leg. So naturally, Aaron was on my case 247. The dude was super strict. My slow progress drove him nuts. He had me training day and night whenever he found the time.
Maybe just pick someone else. I'm gonna ruin our chances. You've worked hard. We believe in you, Captain.
So I gritted my teeth and gave it a shot. I ran with everything I had, legs pumping, heart racing, and then, boom, I collapsed. Aaron had to carry me to the nurse, and the whole way there, he kept ranting about how I ran wrong and totally deserved it.
I used to think you were just some cold, annoying girl, but you're strong, brave, and more determined. Anyone I know? So, yeah, take care of yourself, dummy.
Wow, didn't know he had that in him.
I heard you got hurt. I came to check on you.
At first, Miss Catherine never treated me badly, but she always felt distant. This time, she smiled at me genuinely, kindly. And for the first time, I thought maybe this class could be different. Maybe this time, I'd finally be accepted. After class, Aaron walked me home. We were still bickering like usual, but there was something kind of sweet between the lines. Then I froze. There he was, someone I never thought I'd see again.
Long time no see, Earlies.
Liam, the guy at the center of that whole harassing classmates drama. And my old crush, back at my old school. The whole place was buzzing about how I supposedly wrote him creepy love letters and stuffed cockroaches in his desk. No one believed I was innocent, not even Liam.
The Arlies I knew would never do anything that awful. I think I was wrong. And when you left, I really missed you. I'm sorry I didn't stand up for you.
Eyeless, I missed you so much.
Serena suddenly barged in, totally wrecking the moment. She was my closest friend back then. When I transferred, I cut ties with everyone. So yeah, I was low-key. Touched she even remembered me. The next morning though, something felt off. The whole class suddenly felt distant and cold. Aaron snapped at me for no reason, like all the sweetness from before was a total illusion. The others gave me side eyes, like I was radioactive.
Heard back at her old school, Arlies would get close to people, then stab them in the back.
Shh, she might hear you.
I felt a chill run down my spine. The past, those rumors, those glares, that isolation was creeping back in. I rushed out of the classroom. I just couldn't handle the judgmental stares and Aaron's ridiculous attitude anymore. I needed some wisdom for my locker. If not, I was seriously gonna suffocate.
Cut ties with Serena and Liam. Focus on the sports festival.
Wait, what? It wanted me to give up the only two people being nice to me. Was this locker ghost really helping me, or just like everyone else? All sweet in the beginning, then gone the second things got messy? So I didn't listen. I started skipping practices and hung out more with Serena and Liam. They were the only ones who didn't treat me like some monster, so how could I turn my back on them?
I like you, Arliss.
I was stunned, but I didn't feel happy. After everything, his smile didn't make my heart flutter anymore. Even our hangouts felt awkward, especially with Serena showing up every single time.
Hey, I gotta go. You two have fun.
I walked off, then doubled back just in time to see Serena kissing Liam. Tears blurred my vision as I took off towards school like a total maniac and slammed right into my locker.
Who even are you? Why do you always know when my life's about to go to trash? Why does everyone end up betraying me?
Go to the teacher's office.
That voice! It sounded way too familiar. When I got there, I realized it was literally just one thin wall away from my locker. Miss Catherine sat there looking at me with this gentle smile.
You're the voice?
Sorry I tricked you. At first, I was worried you'd cause trouble in class, so I faked the ghost voice to spook you. But then I saw who you really were. You're a good kid, Arliss.
What about Serena?
She came to me, and the other students too, saying awful things about you, especially about how you stole Liam from Lai, born from jealousy. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I walked back to class feeling numb. Teachers, friends, the people I trusted most, even the person I used to care about, all of them lied to me, controlled me, turned on me. So from now on, I'd trust no one. I went back to being cold, distant, untouchable, just like before. But of course, Miss Catherine and Aaron wouldn't let me disappear that easy. Somehow, Miss Catherine managed to silence all the rumors. And Aaron, that little troublemaker, must have been behind the whole class, stuffing my busted locker and beat-up desk with notes and gifts. Things like, "You got this. We believe in you," as if I'd fall for it.
This is from the whole class. Captain.
I don't want it. And I quit being captain, by the way. You can have the title.
Your old shoes don't even fit you anymore, do they? And hey, the class still sees you as our captain.
It was Sports Fest day, and I was curled up inside doing absolutely nothing. Aaron probably took my place by now. He's got this. They don't need me. No one does. For sure. I bolted out the door and ran like my life depended on it.
In time for the race. Welcome back, Arliss.
The stadium heat hit me like a bolt of energy, and the second the baton touched my hand, I took off. Aaron's voice echoed in my head. Start steady, then build speed. Deep breaths, even steps. And for a moment, as the wind rushed past me, it felt like I wasn't running. I was flying up in the stands. Aaron and Liam were both locked in, eyes glued to me.
We did it! We won!
The whole class erupted, and in that whirlwind of laughter and cheers, all the doubt and drama just melted away. After the race, Liam asked to talk.
Everything was Serena's lie. I realized it the second she kissed me. I'm sorry for not seeing the truth sooner. Do you think we could try again?
I'm sorry.
Sounds like someone's jealous. I hope you're happy, Arliss.
I walked right over to Aaron and took his hand. He was the one who stuck by me, even when I felt alone, lost, and broken. Sure, he was rough around the edges, blunt, stubborn, and emotionally constipated, but everything he did was real. And Serena? Yeah, she didn't take rejection well. She kept showing up at school, spreading whatever nonsense she could about me.
If you keep lying about Airless, I'll be contacting your school.
It's even stood up to her. They looked her dead in the eye until she stormed off, fuming. As for me, there was nothing holding me back anymore. Now I had everything I needed. A teacher who believed in me, friends who had my back, and a boyfriend who, for all his grumpy energy, was kinda perfect.
It was the worst day of my life. There was just no other way to put it. I've been super excited about being selected as the lead for the school play, and that too over Jessica, the head cheerleader who was always trying to one-up me. But just as I was celebrating my small victory, she walked up to Brody, my boyfriend and the male lead. Then, without any warning, she kissed him in front of everyone. Brody looked stunned, but to my utmost horror, he grinned and said,
That was hot.
"Hey, get away from him."
Oh no, don't, babe. Listen, I've been dreaming about her kissing me since forever. It's a dream coming true. I'm sure you'll understand. We're over. Take care, I guess.
Are you out of your mind? What do you like about her? But she just kissed him again and they both left. She doesn't even like Sniper Wolf. She isn't human. I was so devastated that I ran home and went straight to bed. Little did I know the horror was just beginning. Hi, my name is Carly, and this is my story of how my entire life got turned upside down in a matter of hours. Before I continue, don't forget to like and subscribe. I woke up startled when I felt something touched my foot. I sat up in bed and saw something that made me scream. A young girl was staring right at me across the room.
Carly?
Who are you?
Thank God you're awake. Aunt Carly, you look so stupid when you're asleep.
Aunt Carly? Who are you? And how did you get in here? The kid just rolled her eyes and handed me a letter.
Mommy disappeared last night and left this letter to me. Read it now.
I opened the letter and almost passed out.
My beautiful Haley, if something ever happens to me, don't be scared and go to your Aunt Carly on this address. Just make sure your grandma never sees you. I'll come find you as soon as I can. Love, Mommy.
I gasped. This little brat was my sister Abby's daughter. Mom had kicked Abby out 6 years ago for being pregnant at only 18. Abby had completely disappeared, and now suddenly she'd sent her kid to me out of the blue. While I was reading the letter, the girl had unpacked a huge bag with skincare products.
It's time for my night routine. Where's the bathroom?
Hold it, you can't stay here. How am I supposed to hide you from Mom?
That sounds like your personal problem.
Suddenly, Mom started banging loudly on my door.
Carly, I just heard a little girl's voice. Are you hiding your secret child in there? Open the door or else.
Oh no. I shoved Haley inside my closet and threw all her bags under my bed just as the door flew open, and Mom barged in looking like a bull ready to attack.
What took you so long to open the door? Where's your kid?
Don't be crazy, Mom. Why would I have a kid? I don't remember getting pregnant for 9 freaking months. I don't even have a boyfriend.
That's what your sister said too, but look what she did.
But I'm not Abby, Mom.
I have my eyes on you, young lady.
As soon as Mom left the room, Haley stepped out of my closet looking really annoyed.
Your mom sounds like a pain in the butt.
I don't know what to do with you. Could you just go to sleep now so I can have my peace? I'll get you a mattress. She laughed and jumped onto the bed.
Don't be crazy. That's child abuse.
Before I could protest, she had snuggled under the covers and gone to sleep. I considered putting her out with the trash, but as she lay there peacefully, I realized that she looked so much like her mom. It just really made me miss my sister. Okay, fine. I'll give you a week before I have to figure out how to deal with the situation. The next day I woke up to Haley jumping on the bed.
It's all done. Auntie Dumbo.
What is this?
Your homework? I redid everything because all your answers were wrong.
She pushed my notebook into my hands and I almost passed out. She'd erased all my work and it was due today. I didn't have time to correct it. This is a graded assignment. If I fail, I swear I'll make you live under the bed forever. But boy, was I in for a shock. My teacher announced that I was the only one with the perfect score. After class, everyone surrounded me in the hallway and someone said,
"If you do my homework, I'll pay you $50.
I'll pay you 100.
Before I knew it, I already had 20 people offering to pay me good money, and everyone wanted to hang out with me so I wouldn't turn their work down. After school, I rushed home with a brilliant idea. I told Haley I would keep her if she did everyone's homework. You can help me be popular and I'll take you shopping.
You've got yourself a deal, sister.
With the fame I gained, I got Brody's attention back. One day, he stopped me in the corridor. What do you want now, Brody?
Carly, I'm so sorry. I was so stupid and I never should have broken up with someone as smart and pretty as you.
You're right about that.
I just need your help to pass this one class. Please tell me you'll help me, or I'll think you haven't forgiven me.
Okay, fine, I'll do it.
Thanks, babe. This means the world to me.
I took his assignment and gave it to Haley. She took one look and said,
Brody, is this the boy you've been crying over in your diary with such a jerk to you?
You read my diary. Just mind your own business and stay out of adult things that you don't understand and make sure you do this assignment really well. A few days later, I woke up and found Haley sleeping at my desk next to the pile of assignments she'd been working on. I noticed a small piece of paper next to her. It was a little sketch of Haley and Abby outside a cute little home she'd written. I love you, Mom. Suddenly, I felt terribly sorry for her, so I decided to enroll her in my school. I marched her straight into the principal's office and dumped my calculus assignment on the table. My niece here did this. She's brilliant. You have to enroll her. You can test her. The principal rolled her eyes and wrote a question on a piece of paper and pushed it towards Haley.
Fine, solve this, baby genius.
In under a minute, she solved it and pushed the paper back.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
The principal looked at it with her mouth open. She immediately year-old Haley in the 6th grade on a scholarship for gifted kids. I felt like the world's best on. As soon as we left the office, I bumped into someone. I looked up to see that it was Brody with Jessica right behind him.
What did you do? You made me fail.
What are you talking about?
How else do you explain the F?
That's not possible. And how do you explain holding Jessica's hand? You're still with her?
Of course he is, loser.
And with that, Jessica grabbed his face and started kissing him.
Ew, you guys are so gross. I'm glad I messed up your assignment. I knew you're not good enough for my aunt.
Then she turned to me.
You're too beautiful and smart for dumbbells like him. You deserve someone so much better.
Jessica raised her hand to slap Haley.
Watch your mouth, you little.
I immediately cut in. If you or your two-timing jerk of a boyfriend ever think of touching my niece, I will rip you apart. Come on, Haley. After class, I looked around for Haley, but she was nowhere to be seen. I finally found her in the washroom surrounded by other girls from 6th grade.
You're only tough in class, BB Einstein.
Isn't it time change your diaper already? You stink.
Back off. I'm not scared of you.
It's time we change that.
There was no way someone was talking to my niece like that. Hey, back off, jerks. You're just jealous because she's smarter in her sleep than you are all at your best. The girls immediately stepped away and scattered as they ran out of the bathroom. One of them said,
If I was that ugly, I would want to be smart too.
At that, Haley burst into tears.
I am beautiful. I have a curry skin purity.
I asked her what I could do to make her feel better.
Well, I've been wanting to go shopping for weeks now.
How about I take you to the mall tomorrow, kiddo? I have the play today and I really need that scholarship.
But I really need new boots. I've only 14 pairs.
That's its tragics. I promise. I'll take you tomorrow.
It's Sleeping Beauty. All you have to do is sleep. No need for practice. I want to go now.
I sighed and said nothing. She looked mad and ran off. I deal with her later. I had to play in University Scouts waiting for me. I changed it to my costume and was just about to go on stage when my phone rang.
We have a little girl here, Haley, who says she's your niece and she's forgotten her way home. Please come and get her immediately. The mall's closing.
What? You must be mistaken. Haley would never listen.
Lady, you come get this kid or I leave her outside.
I ran out of the auditorium feeling furious. I was going to kill Haley. I found her outside the mall and a pair of new boots. She jumped up when she saw me.
Hey, look, Kylie. Aren't these pretty?
How could she make me miss my play for a pair of stupid shoes? Before I knew it, I was yelling at her. You're such a brat. I wish you'd never come to live with me. Haley looked shocked and then burst into tears. As soon as we got home, she jumped into the closet and slammed it shut. I started feeling terrible for yelling at her and told her to come sleep on the bed, but she wouldn't even reply to me. When I woke up the next morning, Haley wasn't in the cupboard. I noticed her little backpack was gone too, and so was the picture she'd drawn. I looked for her all over the house, then ran to school hoping to find her in class, but her teacher said she hadn't come to school this morning.
Is everything okay, Carly? Also, when you have the time, I need to talk to you about Haley's attention deficit disorder.
Her what? Oh God, her behavior was a condition. I felt even worse. Panic rose in my chest, and I did the only anything I could. I went to Mom and told her everything. She was shocked at first, and then she was so mad at me.
You let my grandchild sleep in the closet and now you've lost her. How could you be so careless?
Don't blame me. It's your fault my sister doesn't trust you with her kid and I'm only 15.
This is not the time for your nonsense. Where do we look for her now?
Just then Haley drawing came to my mind and I thought that Haley might be at my sister. We got there and I ran inside and sure enough this was Abby's house. I started to look around and found Haley in bed fast asleep while hugging Abby's frame picture. Mom and I ran and hugged her and Mom whispered into her ear,
I'm sorry, kiddo. I'm so sorry. I don't know where your mommy is, but I promise I'll look after you till then.
Somewhere along the evening, we fell asleep next to Haley. The next morning, I woke up to find Abby sitting on the bed and smiling at us. Abby?
Abby?
Mommy!
Haley ran and hugged her while she groaned a bit.
Easy there, kiddo.
Mom was all tears. She kept hugging Abby and Haley and crying and see how sorry she was. But where were you, Abby? What's wrong? Finally, she told me where she'd been for the last month. Apparently, she'd passed out at work and had to be taken to the hospital. She'd been unwell for a while and had left the note with my address for Abby as a precaution in case she got worse.
Lucky you did, but now it's time to come back home. You need someone to take care of you, and now that I've seen her, I want my granddaughter in my life.
Looks like no one can resist your cuteness.
Oh, thank goodness! Aunt Carly finally said something smart.
A young Chinese couple moved to the US with their baby, and for 4 years they were struggling to make ends meet. So when the woman found out she was pregnant again, she was really upset.
Another child? Even one is too much.
Just then, her husband burst in and said he'd found an investor for his business.
Oh honey, our luck is about to turn.
And it did. Within a few months, the man's business was booming. They moved to a lovely house where they welcomed their second child, who was me. Hi, my name is Gia, which means extraordinary. Before I continue, please like and subscribe. My parents could spend hours gazing at me. They thought I was perfection itself and they gave me everything. I literally grew up with a silver spoon in my mouth. All was perfect except for one problem. My older sister, Mia, she was weird. She would just glare at me or wake me up in the middle of the night. On my first birthday, my parents threw a huge party for the entire neighborhood as everyone gathered around the table. Then suddenly Mia jumped onto it.
I've never had a birthday party. I've never even had a cake. Why does she get everything?
Is that girl your daughter? You never mentioned any other kid than Gia.
screamed, and then she went all Godzilla on my cake. She was banned from the party, and my parents arranged for another cake within minutes. As I got older, I started realizing that my parents were really unfair to Mia. When I was 5, I got all the presents I wanted for Christmas, but she looked really mad at hers.
Why would you give me these ugly socks and a geography book?
What's wrong with the book? If you opened one, sometimes your grades would be better.
Why are you guys always like this with me, and never with Gia?
Because Gia is perfect. She's just easier to love.
I felt terrible as Mia's eyes welled up and she stormed off. She wouldn't even join us for the Christmas party, so I took food up to her room. Hey Mia, I brought you all your favorite.
Don't even bother, which, nothing you could ever do would make me hate you less.
The next day I was flipping through Gia's geography book when Mom said,
"Oh honey, you won't understand that you are too little."
"Yes, I do. Mom and I just learned the names of all 50 states. Want to hear them?" I rattled off the entire list and everyone stared at me.
You little genius, you just keep amazing me. This has to be some kind of world record, right?
My parents called every newspaper in town to come interview their wonder kid, and I was suddenly famous. Mom and Dad were showing me off everywhere, but even worse, they enrolled me in a fancy private school, not the public one where Mia was. As I was going in our limo on my first day, we drove past Mia walking to her school, and I felt sad. Why can't she go to my school, Mom?
Because she's dumb, sweetheart, and your school is so expensive. Why should we waste money on her? You're the one with the big bright future, so you're worth it then.
And I just kept growing further apart. Once in 5th grade, my parents were helping me prepare for the National Spelling Bee when Mia walked in and we gasped. She dyed her hair bright pink and was wearing the most amazing makeup, but my parents went bonkers.
What did you do to your hair? It was the one nice thing you inherited from me, and I never put on makeup till I was a married woman.
Everyone here wears makeup, Mom, and people tell me I'm really good at it. Maybe I could be a makeup artist one day.
Wow, we came all the way from China and struggled to give you an education so you can be some clown artist. Why can't you be more like Gia? You're an embarrassment to me and all our ancestors.
She left angrily. Guys, you need to stop this. She hates me because of you.
Oh baby, who cares what she thinks?
I care. I went after Mia and told her she looked beautiful. I expected her to be mean as always, but she kind of smiled at me.
Thanks, kiddo. You've always been nicer to me than the rest of them.
Was I hearing some kind words from Mia in this rare moment? I asked her if she'd like to come see me at the spelling bee and she said yes. I was nervous at the event because it was being shown on television, but I aced all the rounds and I won. Just then I heard Mia screaming.
She's a cheater, won by cheating. She was shouting that my parents had been helping me by spelling out the words.
My parents were furious, but when the camera footage was pulled out, we saw that they were mouthing the words, but I wasn't looking at them. I spelled the words myself, but the judges disqualified me immediately. The minute we got outside, I'm so mad right now. Why do you hate me? What did I ever do to you?
You were born, and you took everything I deserved.
My parents told Mia she was grounded for eternity.
Totally worth it.
Then, we can't go on like this. We're sisters. Wouldn't you rather have a fresh start instead of hating me forever?
No, I'd rather hate you forever. It's just easier to hate you.
As she stormed off, I decided I was done with her, and we hardly ever spoke after that. In the 8th grade, Dad announced one day that a friend's daughter, Sophia, would be coming from France to stay with us for some months. When she walked into our house, we were all awestruck by her beauty and style. She could also speak 5 languages and was a math wizard.
Wow, you're the perfect friend for Gia. You're like the big sister we wish she had.
Even though Sophia was 3 years older, we had a lot in common and we got close. One day, we heard some voices from Mia's room and we peeked inside. She was in front of her phone recording a makeup tutorial for TikTok. The minute she spotted us, she looked mad.
Why are you, jerk, spying on me? Buzz off and don't breathe a word of this to Mom and Dad or else.
We immediately checked out Mia's TikTok account and to our shock, she had 1 million subscribers. She was really talented. Later at dinner, Mia came downstairs with a new hairstyle, and Mom just couldn't control herself.
Is this what you do all day? Playing with your hair? What's gonna become of you?
Oh, I don't think you need to worry, Miss Chang. Mia is practically a TikTok star.
What on earth is a TikTok star?
And then Sophia showed them Mia's account on her phone. I could just see Dad turning purple.
I'm supposed to tell my relatives in China that my daughter is some internet idiot? We've been way too easygoing with you, Mia, and that was a mistake.
He stormed off to her room. He roughly flung all of Mia's belongings out the door.
What are you doing?
Are you crazy? Dad, stop it. Mia burst into angry tears and ran out of the house. When my parents stormed off, I turned to Sophia. Why did you do that?
I didn't know they'd react this way. I was only trying to help poor Fan because they're always putting her down. I thought they'd be proud of her.
Well, Sophia had no idea how crazy our parents really were. She tried apologizing, but Mia wouldn't even open the door for her. Weeks passed, and I was busy studying with Sophia for an important exam. The day before the exam, though, my parents had to go out of town.
We'll be back tomorrow morning, darling. Good luck.
The next morning when I woke up, it was super late. I'd set the alarm for 7, and now it was 10. The exam was over by now. My parents would be devastated. I ran downstairs when suddenly I stopped short. Mia was sitting in the living room with our parents and a very elegant woman.
Your daughter has a supermodel's face and people already love her. We want to collaborate with our makeup brand.
When my parents saw the check she handed, their eyes almost popped out. As Mia signed the deal and the woman left, I saw something extraordinary. My parents started hugging Mia.
Oh, darling, I had no idea you were so talented. I was still super upset about my exam and I burst in.
Mom, Dad, I missed my exam and…
What exam? Oh, for that high school? Who cares? Didn't you just hear Mia's amazing news? Come, darling, let's go for a fancy brunch.
What? The freaking fish just happened and suddenly I was living Mia's life. My parents couldn't stop showing her off and I was invisible. One day they told me Mia would be using the limo and I could take the bus to school.
It's time you learned to be a grown-up. Anyway, one day we weren't here and you just slept through your exam. So irresponsible.
Wow, who were these people? Sophia was my only ally here. Now, Mom and Dad threw a huge party to celebrate Mia's first modeling campaign. In the middle of it, the owner of the makeup brand burst in and she marched up furiously to Mia.
You stupid girl, how dare you post something like this about my brand?
What are you talking about?
This.
It was a post on Mia's Instagram with some makeup and the caption, "These products are tested on rabbits who are kept in terrible conditions. Boycott this cruel brand." Mia protested that she'd never posted this, but the woman wouldn't listen and threatened to sue her as she stormed off. Then suddenly pounced on me.
You did this, didn't you? You couldn't stand that I was getting the limelight for once.
Get off me, you psycho! It wasn't me. My parents tried to calm Mia down while they shouted at me for ruining her career and grounded me. This was crazy. Later that night, I was going down to the kitchen when I heard Sophia's voice from Mia's room.
You just turned 18, and you can leave these terrible people. Gia hates you, and your parents were awful to you before you became famous and rich. Forget them, and come with me to France. You'll be even bigger there.
And then suddenly it all clicked. It was Sophia creating all this chaos. Sophia, it's you! You made me miss my exam, and you posted that on Mia's Instagram. Sophia suddenly looked really evil.
Yeah, I did all that, but can't you see I've only exposed the truth about your greedy parents? They've always treated Mia like dirt till they thought she was worth something, and now they're treating you the same way. Well, you can stay here, Gia, and maybe you'll be their favorite daughter again. But Mia's going with me because I actually love her, and I'll treat her like a queen then.
And I were both stunned.
Sophia, you're crazy. You almost ruined my career to make me go with you. I don't love you, and I'm not going anywhere with you.
Sophia started screaming and dancing like a real maniac. Our parents came running in the noise, and when we told them everything she'd done, they sent her packing to France on the earliest flight. But the whole fiasco was a wake-up call for me. And then Sophia might be crazy, but she was completely right about our parents. Mom, Dad, you can't treat us like we only deserve your love if we're worth something, and you never let us have a normal relationship. This has to stop.
I'm not even waiting for you to change anymore. I'm moving out. Gia, would you like to come with me and maybe we could have a fresh start?
I instantly said yes, and no matter how much our parents begged, we decided it was best for us to move away from them. Family love should be unconditional, not dependent on achievements or talents. Treating children fairly and respecting their individual passions helps them feel accepted and more connected. Hi, I'm Audrey. I was born in a crazy family in New York. Please like and subscribe. My Mexican mom was so proud of her language that she never wanted to learn better English. Dad would say mean things with a smile to fool her all the time, and I hated it.
Wow, this stew tastes like mud. What did you do to it, you insane woman?
What you telling me? Do you like?
Estoy contenta.
As a kid, I never had the courage to tell Mom what a jerk he was, cause I knew she'd be sad. But every time he did that and smirked at me, I knew that Mom would soon catch on to his words, and it would end bad. And over time, Mom learned more English from her neighbor friend, and she realized that all these years Dad had just been giving her hatred. Their fights got bigger, and one day, when I was in the 7th grade, Mom finally decided she wanted a divorce. When I had to choose a parent, of course, I chose Mom. We took off to Mexico that same night. Mom, are we going to Grandma's?
Oh, Misha amor. Grandma moved away a long time ago, but we have a new loving family here.
A new family? The cab stopped at a huge mansion, and a strange man ran towards us and hugged Mom. He also said something to me, but I didn't get a word. Mom then took me to a room, and it was all ready for me. Mom, what's going on? Who's this man? As Mom started telling her secrets one by one, I kept sinking deeper into the bed.
That's Carlos, and he used to be my boyfriend long ago. If your grandma hadn't forced me to marry your dad, we would have been a big, happy family already. And you know what? He has a son your age, Matthew.
What was I just hearing? Mom, I left my school, my friends, my whole life in New York for you, and you created your own family here and didn't even tell me about it? How could you keep all this from me? She kept explaining, but I just asked her to leave the room and slammed my door hard. It was so much to take in, and I just wanted to cry. Suddenly, I heard a loud, non-stop knocking on my door. Who is that? Okay, wait, stop that, I'm coming. I opened the door to find a boy standing outside grinning at me. Who are you, man? Lost your way?
Shouldn't I be asking you that? But your mama. Well, now our mama said,
Matthew, go meet your sister.
So here I am, Hermana.
What? Whatever, don't call me that.
Mama didn't teach you Spanish? Also, I heard New Yorkers are very stylish. But look at you, you're worse than my ex-girlfriend. Hey, that's a joke, okay? Don't cry.
Can you do me a favor and please get the heck out of here? I made him leave. But he left loads of mud on the carpet. That night at dinner, Mom introduced me to everyone, and Carlos even made a toast to me. But after that, they all started talking in Spanish. Was I invisible? I stood up to leave. Then Mom held my hand.
Where are your manners? We're having family time.
Family? You all are clearly a family, Mama. Excluding me. I don't even understand your language.
Oh, Misha amor.
Just use the language of love. It's easy, try it.
Mom, can't you see I feel so left out? But you're just joking about it. I shook her hand off and walked up to my room. The next day, I was joining school and thought at least that would give me some relief. Until Matthew came and sat right next to me. Holy moly!
Hey, better not tell anyone we're related. And can you please wax your mustache? People will think you're me.
It's not my problem, you've got a girly face. He hit my face with a book, and suddenly the teacher yelled, "What's going on there?"
Ma'am, can you believe it? She's asking me to be her boyfriend. But I told her, I already have eyes for you.
I was sure the teacher was going to kick him out now, but to my surprise, she giggled.
Oh, stop it, you.
What? Who was this boy? Soon I realized Matthew was the coolest kid in school. All the girls and even the teachers adored him for his crazy jokes. Not me! I hated him even more because he spoke in Spanish with Mom every time I was around. I felt like an alien in the house. That Christmas, Carlos was gonna host a grand party, but I wasn't interested. I think I have an important exam that day, and in the evening, I have dance practice.
Liar! We don't have any exams on Christmas. And dance practice. You can barely walk.
Ugh, I was gonna kill him. Seeing Mom and Carlos's faces, I could tell they wanted me to attend. So I reluctantly said yes. And the party wasn't that bad. I got to meet a handsome boy, Leo.
Hey, I know you must already have a boyfriend because you're so pretty. But I have to say, you have the most dreamy eyes. I've been watching you for hours.
OMG, that made me blush. Thanks. Actually, I don't have a boyfriend. Yet we exchanged numbers and started hanging out. He seemed really cool. But one day, when Leo and I were having lunch in the school cafeteria, Matthew appeared out of the blue and pulled me aside.
Have you gone mad? Why are you sitting with that jerk?
He's not a jerk. He's my friend. Maybe future boyfriend. And why do you care anyway?
Listen, he's not a good guy. He flirts with everyone, and God knows how many girlfriends he has.
Look, who's talking? The one who flirts with teachers. Just leave me alone, okay? I can handle my own life. I knew he just wanted to spoil my first real relationship, so I ignored him and left with Leo. After that, we started going out more often. One evening, Leo invited me to his house for a party, and I was having a great time. As we were dancing, Leo suddenly pulled me closer, and my heart skipped a beat.
Oh, Hermosa, thank God you flew all the way from New York just for me.
He held my face, and we kissed. Suddenly, someone kicked Leo hard, and he went flying into a wall. Matthew, what are you doing here?
Just protecting you from this virus.
He took my hand and started walking out, but I pushed him away. You crazy idiot! You're the virus that's destroying my life. Why can't you just let me breathe?
Breathe all you want, but see this first.
He took out his phone and showed me Leo's Instagram page. It had a video of me and him kissing under the caption, 100th kiss from a New York chick. The page had videos of him kissing 99 other girls too. It looked like one of Leo's friends here had been making our video and was broadcasting it live for him. I jumped on Leo and scratched his face.
Ah, the New York chick has gone crazy like her mad brother. Someone save me!
Shut your dirty mouth! I trusted you, you mud mind. And I started pulling his hair like crazy. Matthew gave him a nice punch and then took me home. I felt really embarrassed for not listening to Matthew before. He'd only been looking out for me. So the next day at school, I sat next to him.
Not so worried about this life-destroying virus now, yeah?
I realized it's better to have him as a friend than an enemy. I thanked him for the night before, and he just laughed and hit my face with a book again. As days passed, we became good friends. I also decided to talk to Carlos and Mom and apologize for being so neglectful. But they surprised me instead.
Princesa, we have some exciting news for you.
Sí, mija.
Your 15th birthday is coming. And here in Mexico, we call it
Quinceañera?
But why do you want to do this for me? You know, after I've been, well, not so nice.
'Cause we're family, estúpida.
And you're no less than Matthew to me. I want to do this for my daughter.
I felt so stupid for not seeing this before. These people really cared about me, just like the family I'd always wanted. On the day of the party, I could already hear music and people laughing and talking. As I got ready, I walked out all dressed in their traditional way, and everyone clapped for me. Just then, Matthew barged into the room looking mad.
Stop the party, Papa. This girl doesn't deserve any of this love and attention.
What?
Matthew, calm down. Audrey is your...
Nothing. She's my nothing, Papa.
What's gotten into you, man? I was horrified when I saw what he had in his hand. It was my diary. Oh my God, no!
After all this effort we've been making for you, this is what you really think of us? You suck.
Matthew, enough. What are you talking about?
Oh, let me read it out loud, Papa. This place is hell on earth. I hate their food, their language, this house. Carlos is so loud and annoying. Why is he so desperate to be my dad? Probably because his own son is a loser with half a brain. They're both stupid and I deserve better.
There was a pin-drop silence as everyone stared at me. You should have never taken my diary, you jerk. And yes, I wrote this, but that's when I first came here. I was having a really hard time adjusting. I was just mad, and I didn't really mean it. This is not how I feel now, Carlos. Mom, I promise, I really like being part of this family.
You're not part of this family, Audrey, and you never will be.
And before I could stop myself, I said the stupidest thing ever. Oh, shut up, Matthew. You're not part of this family either, 'cause you're adopted. It was something Mom had told me once, and Matthew didn't know about it. Now he did, because I just blurted it out. Carlos turned white, and Mom looked raging mad.
What a lame thing to say, Audrey. As if. Tell her, Papa. Papa, why do you look like that?
Oh, Matthew, I meant to tell you. On your 16th birthday. I promised I was going to, son.
Matthew looked stunned. Carlos walked over to him, but suddenly he just pushed him aside and ran out. Carlos went after him while Mom turned to me.
I raised you better than this, Audrey. But it seems you're more like your dad, hurting good people for no reason. Hurting your family. I'm so disappointed in you. Party's over, everyone.
As the guests started leaving, I ran to my room in tears. I felt terrible. Even if Matthew had read my diary, I'd done something 10 times worse. And the next day, I was back to being the alien of the house. Nobody was talking to me, and I deserved it. Matthew wouldn't even look at me in school. Anytime I went near him, he walked the other way. I tried for days to make it up to him. One evening, I sneaked into his room, finished his history paper, and left it on his desk. When he came home, he took one look at it, tore it up, and threw it in the trash. Then I had an idea for a gift that I was sure would make him forgive me. I used all my savings to get him a signed basketball from his favorite player. But when I looked into his room later, I was horrified to find him slashing it with a paper cutter. Oh my God, what are you doing? This was signed by...
I don't care. I just want you to stop doing things for me and stay out of my face.
How do I make you believe that I'm really sorry, Matthew? I'll say it in Spanish. Lo siento mucho.
There's nothing you can ever say or do that will make things okay. Now please, get lost.
It just looked like things were ruined between us for good. But one evening, I was walking a few blocks away from our house when I saw two boys wearing masks drag Matthew into an alley and start beating him up. I charged at them while screaming, and with the baseball bat I had, I hit one of the boys straight in the knee while the other one ran away. Leo, don't you dare touch my brother again, estúpida. I left him there crying on the ground and helped Matthew up. He leaned on me as we walked back home, and as soon as we entered, Mom and Carlos cried out.
Oh my god, what happened?
Papa, I'm fine, really. Thanks to Audrey. But why were you going around with a baseball bat anyway?
I've been following you everywhere for days, Matthew. Leo came up to me a week ago and said he would do something to make you pay for exposing him at his party. I knew you wouldn't really listen to me, so I had to do something. I couldn't let you get hurt. I've done a pretty good job of that myself. Suddenly, Carlos stepped forward and hugged me.
Mija amor, you saved my son today, and I want to forget everything else. I know you didn't mean those things.
And I'm okay about knowing about the adoption, Audrey. It came as a shock, but Dad and I have talked a lot about it since, and I'm fine. It doesn't really change anything. You don't always have to be related to be family.
I understand that now, and I'm so happy Mom brought me to you guys. I'm sorry about everything. And Carlos, you're the dad every girl wants to have. I love you! Carlos had tears and hugged me. Mom did too.
Don't forget me.
Hi, I'm Tina from Poland. Please like and subscribe. I was born into a super rich home. My dad owned the largest store in the country. And my two brothers were billionaires as well. My long brown hair and my blue eyes caught the attention of everyone whenever I went out with my dad.
Wow, your daughter is so beautiful.
People would shower me with all sorts of gifts. I loved it a lot. I mean, who wouldn't? I would always want to go out with Dad. But he wouldn't let me, and he had his reasons. I was the only girl in the family. My mom left when I was a baby. When she left, Dad said I became really sick. I was taken to the best hospital in the country. They did all they could, but I didn't get any better. I spent a year in the hospital, and eventually I got better.
I'm so glad you're fine now, sweetheart.
Since then, my dad and brothers walked on eggshells around me, and they spoiled me silly. They bought me the most expensive gifts. My dad even got me the most expensive necklace in the world. I love them, but sometimes they do too much. The only person who treated me like a normal kid was Jerry, our next-door neighbor. Jerry and I were inseparable growing up, and we had the best time together. When people made fun of my long brown hair, Jerry always defended me. We would play silly pranks on my brothers and laugh as the pranks played out. That all changed when Jerry's parents decided to move to another country. Jerry's mom got a sweet fashion deal in Paris, and they had to move. I was devastated. I wanted to sneak Jerry into my room so that we could start living together. But my brothers found out, Jerry left, and I was all alone. It took me a while to make friends in high school, even though I was the prettiest girl in school. I had gotten so used to Jerry that I couldn't just flow with any other person. One day I was on YouTube watching Luna videos. When I stumbled upon a channel, it was Jerry's. He'd gotten so big and handsome. He was a popular chef in Paris with over 10 million subscribers. I stayed up all night watching his videos. I wanted to drop a comment, but I didn't know what to type. I was scared that he wouldn't remember me anymore. Meanwhile, I'd gotten into a nationwide beauty pageant, and I was one of the favorites to win. That was all my dad talked about.
You need to win the pageant, sweetie. Whatever it takes.
I would always feel the pressure choking me when I went to school. Diane, the only person I was able to bond with at school, noticed and tried to take the pressure off.
Let's go to your favorite restaurant. I'm sure you'll feel better after.
We went to the restaurant and she got me my favorite meal. I smiled as the waiter placed the food on the table. And just as I munched on the delicious meal, the cutest guy walked in. Every lady in the restaurant stared and was in awe as he sat by the window. He looked at me and with a gorgeous smile he winked. My face turned red and my heart raced as he winked. I quickly looked away and focused on my meal. Just as we were about to leave the restaurant, I slipped and I was sure that I would fall. But the cute guy caught me.
You should watch where you're going. I should be the one falling, not you.
Why would you fall?
I would fall for you, of course.
I giggled in excitement as my face turned red. I looked at Diane, who was already dancing in the corner.
I'm Brian. How have I not seen such a beautiful creature like you around here before?
You didn't look closely enough. I'll see you around.
I grabbed Diane and we rushed out of the restaurant. Since then, I met Brian every time I went to the restaurant. He would come over to me and we would start talking. Turns out he was pretty funny and smart. I became so fond of him and we spent even more time together. Date one night, and when we returned, he walked me to the front door and planted a kiss on my lips. I was so excited because I had wished that Brian would be my first kiss. I began to really like him. And it turns out I wasn't the only one. My brothers and even my dad loved him.
He is the son of the wealthiest man in the country. We need the connection, honey.
He helped me with my preparation for the beauty pageant, and with time we became a power couple in school. Apparently Joy, the biggest bully in school, was also a contestant in the beauty pageant and was obsessing over Brian.
I wonder what he sees in you.
Things he doesn't see in you, apparently.
She did everything in her power to stop me from dating him, but she failed miserably. Her face would turn red when she saw us together after her failed attempts. It was so hilarious. I got to school one day and I got the biggest shock of my life. Jerry, my runaway neighbor, was sitting right next to my seat in class.
Jerry, what are you doing here?
I ran to meet him and he met me halfway. He lifted me up and hugged me tight. Wow, he even looked way cuter than in the videos. Brian saw us and he quickly moved to hold my hand.
Who is he?
Oh, this is Jerry. We were close friends when we were much younger, but he's a huge star now.
Huge star? How come I've never heard of him?
Don't mind Tina here, I'm just a chef.
What are you doing here, though?
Oh, I moved back here. My mom wants to spend more time here, and I miss this place as well.
I was so excited that I hugged him again. Brian pulled me back and placed his arm on my shoulder.
It's good to see you, Jerry.
I waved at Jerry as I walked out of the class with Brian. The wonderful memories I shared with him growing up rushed back to me as he smiled at me. He came to my place after school and we spoke for a long time. He told me all about Paris, how he learned to cook, and how he became a teenage sensation overnight.
My mom helped me with everything, and that's why I love her so much.
I'm really happy for you, Jerry, and I'm glad you're back.
Just as Jerry was about to leave, Brian walked in.
Oh, Jerry's here.
I was on my way already. Let me leave you two alone. Good night.
Jerry sounded so cool and mature, and he was dressed well too. Brian and I spent time together, but all I could think about was Jerry. I started spending more and more time with Jerry, and I began to realize just how funny and smart he was. Whenever his brown eyes stared at me, my heart would melt, and I could feel the butterflies in my stomach dancing. I was falling for him, and honestly, I loved it. Brian, on the other hand, had been buying me nice gifts since Jerry came back. He even got me a very expensive car, which I really loved. One time I was walking with Diane, and all of a sudden I tripped, and as I was about to fall, Jerry, out of nowhere, caught me. He held me in his arms for a while, and I just stared into his gorgeous eyes. He reached out to kiss me, but Brian walked up to us that moment.
What's going on here?
I pushed Jerry aside and ran away. I was so confused I didn't know what to do. The day of the beauty pageant grew closer and I began to panic.
Don't be a baby. We've practiced, and I've helped you a lot. I'm sure you'll be fine.
He sounded so much like a jerk, but he was right. We had practiced so much and I could feel the confidence building inside of me that all crumbled when Joy the witch accused me of stealing.
She would never do that.
Yes, she did, and I have the proof. She stole my expensive necklace and hid it in her locker. I saw her when she did it.
You're such a liar. Why would I steal your cheap necklace?
Why don't we find out if I'm a liar or not? Then, open your locker.
To my biggest surprise, the necklace was placed on one of the books in my locker.
How did it get there?
My jaw dropped as the principal picked up the necklace. Everyone looked at me weird, including Brian. My dad and brothers were certain that when I was called into the principal's office that I couldn't steal. They had bought even more expensive necklaces for me. So why would I steal one?
You are hereby disqualified from the beauty pageant, and you must serve detention for a week.
I ran out of the principal's office crying. I couldn't believe it. Everyone would think I'm a thief and they wouldn't believe me anymore. Jerry walked out of the shadows and he came over to me.
Hey, I heard what happened. Are you okay?
Leave me alone.
Jerry, I know you think I'm a thief as well.
I could never think of you like that, and I know very well you are not a thief.
I'm glad you believe me because no one else in the school does, including Brian.
I don't know what to do. I started crying, and that was when Jerry moved closer to me and hugged me tightly.
Just ignore them. We'll figure something out. Trust me.
My first day in detention sucked. People looked at me differently, including the teachers. Jerry then came and made everything easier. We spent time together in detention and we got even closer. He stayed with me all the way through, and he also walked me home just to make sure I was safe. The beauty pageant was days away, and the entire country was buzzing because of it. Joy was the clear candidate to win, but there were talks about McKeely winning as well. She was my favorite. She was so pretty and kind. She had the cutest blue eyes I have ever seen. Jerry made sure I continued with my practice, even though I didn't want to.
You can still be called back in for the pageant, so you need to be ready.
On my way back from detention one day, I felt really sick. My knees became weak and I was dizzy. I fell to the ground and was rushed to the hospital. When my dad got to the hospital, he demanded that I'd be transferred to the same hospital I was admitted to when I was much younger. I was in a coma for 2 weeks. Everyone was worried sick. Brian, who had disappeared since Joy accused me of stealing, came back and stayed by my side. Jerry was there too, and they both argued from time to time about who deserved me more.
How could you abandon her when she needed you the most? You don't deserve her.
And who are you to decide that? She's my girlfriend, and there is nothing you can do about that.
The doctors ran some tests, and they found out I had a rare kidney disease and I needed a kidney transplant. Dad couldn't be the donor because he had the same disease. My brothers were on a very important business trip, and they weren't even told that I was in the hospital. Diane gave excuses and Brian ran away again. Time was running out and I needed a donor quickly.
I'll be the donor.
Jerry stepped up and he donated one of his kidneys. The surgery was successful, and weeks later I was discharged from the hospital. I got back home and continued the preparation for the beauty pageant with Jerry. Some days before the pageant, the school found out that Joy planted the necklace in my locker just to get me kicked out of the pageant. She confessed after she was caught trying to pull the same trick on Michaela. She was suspended and I was called back in for the pageant, just like Jerry had predicted. I became so nervous when I got the news. Sweat poured out of me and I felt a tightness in my chest. Jerry noticed and held my hand gently.
You'll be fine, Tina. This is what you trained for, and I am so proud of you.
He smiled at me and I hugged him tightly.
What would I do without you?
The day came and I was well prepared for it. I wore my finest gown. Dad had just gotten it for me and it looked absolutely gorgeous. My brothers hired the best stylist in the country, and she did a wonderful job. They all sat in the front row and they applauded when I stepped on stage. I nailed the many questions I was asked and felt my confidence building as the show went on. After what seems like an eternity, it was time to decide the winner. We all held hands and hoped for the best. Michaela got second place with a standing ovation, and my name was announced as the winner of the pageant. I was so happy, tears rolled down my cheeks. But out of nowhere, Brian came on stage and held my hand. I yanked his hand off and walked down to where Jerry stood. Brian ran to meet me and he grabbed me violently. Jerry intervened and punched him right in the face.
Leave her alone! You don't deserve her!
Brian ran off crying like a baby while Jerry held my hand gently and smiled at me. My heart melted and my face turned red.
You look really beautiful.
Just kiss me already.
He leaned in and gave me the warmest kiss ever. I held on to him as everyone cheered us on. It was the best night ever.